Okay, hello everyone. Jester here from Smart Money Traders, and I just want to do a review of this week price action, compare with my weekly outlook, and just try to see what will be the possible outcome on EU, GU, AU, and GJ for the next week. So let's start on EU. Now let's go on the 4-hour. And my main idea was, so this is the weekly delimiter from here to here. So my main idea for this week was to see the retrace. Let me clear a little bit all the FIPS. I will put it again. Okay. Actually, I will start from the daily. So last week we made a slightly higher high than this one here, and we had 200 pip rally. Yeah, no, 360 pips rally. So it was quite a bullish week, all up. So for this week, I was expecting a pullback at least to this daily breaker block. So this was the last buy to sell that broke structure, and it's also around the 50%, so the discounted zone of this entire move up. So if I put this FIP firstly, see, so this is the 50%. It's in line with the block, and we also have some week-to-week demand zone here. So I was expecting a pullback to this area here. And now let's switch to the 4-hour. So the weekly start bearish, and then it made a pullback, and this was all liquidity creation. So first the buy side liquidity, and then sell side liquidity here. And yesterday was a stellar example of liquidity grab from both sides. So what happened? There was the news here yesterday. US inflation rate. I believe that the inflation rate caused the spike. So I'm not good with the numbers, but this means the strength of the dollar. So the initial reaction was bearish on all the three major dollar pairs, and all the price did was grab liquidity from the trend line and below this low, made a spring of an reaccumulation, so it seems. But then after the price shooting up, taking internal liquidity above this equal highs here, and taking external liquidity above this high, it just turned bearish and went even lower during the Asia session below the spring. So this reaccumulation for me now it's not valid anymore. It's gone. And in terms of where the price stopped here, if we take the FIPS I will clear this one now. From the swing, from the last week's swing low to high, this is the 50% retrace here. No, here, exactly the 50% retrace here. So it took liquidity, went down to the 50%. This 50% is also in line with the imbalance left open between this candle close on, so this week and this week here. And after that, it turned bullish. It took liquidity, so this internal liquidity, this external liquidity, and reverse down and make a lower low. Now, I am still expecting the price to make a retrace to this, at least to this demand zone here. And after that, I will see if this demand zone holds, then I'm still bullish, so I'm expecting the price to go higher, because if we see what's happening on the daily, well, technically speaking, the price turned bullish because it make a change of character here. There's still imbalance left open, and there is this weekly supply zone here. And yeah, as I said, if this block here holds, then we could see more bullish action. If this block breaks, then we can see bearish action to mitigate at least some order block down here. And that's it. So this was a very nice example yesterday on how the price during news can take liquidity from both sides before making the move. And yes, now we are an hour and a half into the New York session, and New York is selling again, at least for now. The price stepped into, let's say, this. So up, down, up. This demand zone, or this entire supply zone here. So this is the supply zone, this pullback here, and it's having a reaction. So here is a change of character. The pullback that didn't get into the 15-minute supply zone, and it's going down. So that's it for EU. Let's go on GU. So GU, I will hide this order, or I will close it. I am some pips in profit. I will not push it. So this order is closed. Yeah, let's go on a daily first. So the order flow on a daily and the trend on a daily is still bearish. We are respecting the extreme supply zones of every high before the push down, and it happens from this supply zone, this supply zone, this supply zone, and yes, now this push down and didn't break this low yet, and we had retracement for last week, and this week we were hanging around this area. And also, let's see what happened yesterday on the 4-hour for now. Okay, so let's put the FIBs first on this last move down. From high to low, these are sell FIBs. And this was the impulsive move up after getting to this area here. So nothing special on the left for the move up. And it was a pretty impulsive move. Last week took internal liquidity here, stopped below the order block, inducing sells, making a change of character. This was previous week. This week started pretty choppy, and then this was yesterday again. The initial reaction to the news was bearish. It just took liquidity below these equal lows here. It tapped in some OB here, and then very bearish, bullish reaction to the upside, taking internal liquidity and external liquidity, tapping into this 2-hour order block. Now for this order block, it's not a 2-hour buy to sell candle. I will show you how I mark my order blocks if there is no clear indication of buy to sell, one candle up, one candle down. So I will go to the 2-hour. Now this is a 2-hour, sorry. There was another example on some other pairs. Maybe I will find. So an order block, the buying that took liquidity from all these highs here before the sell, engulfing the candle. So this is the order block, the buy to sell that broke structure. So this minor choke and this major choke here. So this was the 2-hour OB. Yes, the bullish move. Let's go to the 1-hour. It took liquidity, mitigated the 2-hour order block, and then there was a 3-hour push up and a 1, 2, 3, 4-hour push down, and during Asia it made a lower low. Then London made the pullback. The price got into its premium, and this supply zone that is more visible on the 15-minute. So above 50%. This is the supply zone. This is the optimal trade entry according to ICT. The zone between the 62% retrace and the 79. The price didn't get quite into the zone, but it made a change of character. So the price action on the 15-minute was bullish. It started here during the London Open. This is London Open. So Frankfurt made a choke. I will show you here. So this was still bearish. Frankfurt made, this is the start of the Frankfurt session, which is 1 hour before London, made the buy, made a choke. This is the change of car. Sorry, I need the trend line. Okay, this is the change of character. This is the push up, and this is the retrace. So this is London Open. It just mitigated some OB here and shoot up. So this was a nice trade to take from this morning for 50 pips or even more if you let it run. The structure was respected, so higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and there was a choke here. And now I'm expecting the price to go lower. It could make another push up. The retrace, a valid retrace in a certain, let's say, the time frame that you are looking at, or I am looking at, is at least 2 bearish candles. So this is just one. It's a valid retrace zone on the 5-minute, but not on the 15-minute. So it's Friday. We could see even one push higher to then go lower, or something. Okay, but that's it about GU in terms of what happened. In terms of liquidity, what's left open. Most liquidity is on the downside. Some liquidity, nope. This is a nice step into the order block. So I believe the bearish price action will be respected. In terms of the daily, yes, next week I'm expecting the price to go lower. Of course, follow the price as it develops, and we will see what next week will bring to us, and that's pretty much it. So let's jump into Aussie dollar. Okay, we are on a daily, it's fine. Okay, now here comes the explanation. There was equal lows here, and this week, yeah, 2 weeks ago, the price breaks through this liquidity. It closed almost, or it closed with the open of last week open, started below this liquidity line, and now it turned bullish. After that it turned bullish, so it grabbed liquidity, it turned bullish, and this is now two-way two-way pullback into the 80% retrace. These are the markings before, so bearish order flow for now respected. I will show you the 5-hour order block here. Let me do the replay. And let's go on 5 hours. Okay, so this was the buy to sell that broke structure, and this was the liquidity creation, taking liquidity and tapping into this 5-hour order block and making a 7-hour order block or supply zone. So the buy that took two highs to sell, engulfing and making a lower low, pushing down, taking liquidity, some inducement here. So if you take this week as an order block, the price tapped the first time, induced some sells, tapped the second time, induced more sells, and then took all the liquidity from this high, and this high. So internal liquidity was taken. And once again, yesterday during the news, same story. Making higher highs before the news, grabbing internal liquidity, making a change of character, tapping into this 1-hour order block here, 3-hour buy, 3-hour sell, and invalidating the push up. Now, in terms of today, Asia still selling, Frankfurt and London still buy, then a retrace on the lower time frames. There was some change of character here. So here was a lower low, lower high, lower low. The first change of character happened here and made the push down, up, and push down, and the structure is still bullish here. And we are tapping now into the premium zone with this last push up, and now we will see. There are a couple of supply zones before the extreme, which could provide some sell pressure. The first one is this one here, so this buy to sell. So I will mark it up. This is the first buy to sell right now. So this is the supply zone, and this is the next supply zone here. Before the extreme, and yes, we will see what will happen. In terms for next week, yeah, I see it going down. The protected 4-hour low for now is this one here. Okay. This would be the main change of character. So this was the push up, down, push up, down. Now On a lower time frames, there's a change of character here. So this could be the pullback before continuation down. On the 4 hour or change of character would happen with price going below this low. That's it. GJ. Let's go on a daily. Okay. It's a little bit mixed. We are in a big consolidation zone here on a daily. This was the build of liquidity and just ran on liquidity. Then the pullback that didn't manage to make a lower low, retrace back up, taking internal liquidity, stopping below this higher high, making equal highs here, pushing down and now pushing up and taking liquidity above these equal highs and this high here. The price, the daily candle didn't manage to break this high and didn't manage to make a close at least above this high. So we will see next week. My prediction for the week was above this demand zone bullish, below bearish. So the price tapped into this zone on Monday, I believe, and make a nice bullish run from here. Yes, Monday it stepped into this demand zone and just making higher highs after that. And yesterday during news there was not much happening, but after at least there was no immediate bearish reaction because GJ is not directly correlated to the US dollar. So after the news, it slowly climbed up and then it climbed down. For now, it's still respecting the 1 hour, 4 hour bullish structure. It tapped into this 4 hour OB, which had some imbalance below. So this is the extreme here. And yes, it's mixed. It could go up and make a daily higher high, or still go down and make a lower low, or start making lower lows. For now, the structure is still bullish. And that's pretty much it about the review. And now if you have any questions, feel free to shoot, to ask. Okay, I have my alarms set above the 50% and here just below this supply zone here. So not hit yet, and yes, there's this wyckoff. We tapped into this 1 hour OB, and there is a slight change of character. There was on lower time frames, of course. If we look to the 15-minute, there was a minor change of character here and a major change of character here. Asia was sideways. London took liquidity. Yes, just a notch below Asia and Asia low to then drive the price higher. And now we are just tapping into the premium of this last move down. Or I should count it now from here. the 50%. The structure is still somehow bullish, and I'm just waiting to. I'm expecting at least to go to this last push up before the break of structure. So this would be my supply zone here from this week to this week. This would be the supply zone. Yes, as I said yesterday on the call, for now I have no reason to believe that it will go higher. But of course, when the price gets in, I will, I don't know, switch to the 3-minute and try to find a change of character. Looking here also, there's equal lows left here, and there's still liquidity to the downside. The good thing is when the pullback is slow, it creates liquidity. So there was, you can see examples of not enough internal liquidity to sustain the bullish action or all three pairs here yesterday. Looking at the 1 hour, it was up and down in almost the same in the same amount of time. So see, up and down. So there was no internal liquidity on the move down to believe that this low will hold and happen all across all three major USD pairs. So the move up and the sudden move down, and there's no liquidity in between to make a slow pullback to then allow the price to go higher. Okay. And CadJpy, in this sense, there's a nice round up here. So, and it's leaving sell side liquidity in forms of this time frame still equal lows, or if you look at the 4 hour, these are roughly equal lows. On a lower time frame, this was just a grab of liquidity to go higher, and now it's on how the price is now. This is the higher low to be taken out, and there is just a reaction from the 50% of this entire move down. There is also some supply zone here. So this down up move, there is a supply zone. So it would be okay also to look for sells if the price breaks this low in a nice impulsive move, and then on the pullback you can start look for sells. Following the price. Let me just look at what I was Swiss franc. Yeah, this one. Okay. What's doing? Yeah, it's continuing. a little choppy here, but there's a lot of liquidity below these lows, so it took some with this week, and now there's an option to go short because the structure was broken. So this is the change of character, this is the pullback, and it could do something like this. Okay, I will be still available on live if you want to talk. I will just stop the recording now, and yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.